Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Love Hour podcast. I'm your host, MrsKevOnStage, and I am joined by my husband and co-host,
the Kev on Stage.
And we are here today in case it is your first time. That was a very awkward introduction. I just do introductions weird. It's a whole thing. But if this is your first time joining us here, thank you so much for joining us on the Love Hour podcast. We are your hosts. We talk about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness as a young-ish married couple who've gone through the ups and downs of marriage, and we still here.
When are we no longer a young couple?
Somebody said you young until you die.
I've always wanted to do this joke, but it's never appropriate.
I'm scared.
When do you cross over from not that young? Because I've been to funerals, people were 70 years old, like, oh, I was so young. Like,
don't do this joke.
There's no good way to do it,
no,
right?
There's no good
Death
way
is
to
too
do
precious.
It. Death is. And it makes me sad.
Death?
Yeah. Yesterday I went to Josiah's practice, and the field was on this side. Well, like on this side, and right here was a funeral, or not a funeral, but like a cemetery yard. And I was just like, why am I emotional passing by this? And I literally know no one in this
People
graveyard.
dead over there?
Like I remember as a kid driving. We were in Ohio, where I'm from. And there was like a processional, is that what they're called? Mm-hmm. When all the people and the whole family members driving to the cemetery to like bury the body. And when I tell you I was in the car bawling my eyes out.
You didn't know the person?
I had no idea.
Joe Jones, they think,
who these
when
people
Uncle
were.
Really died, the boys were crying. They were just like, man,
well,
people were sad.
But you're there.
Oh, you was just driving by?
Yes. We were in a car and we had pulled over to let the processional go through, and I started bawling.
You
like,
was hooping?
Yes. I cannot believe someone died and all of these people, and now they're going to go bury him. And I was just like crying really ridiculously for this person that I never met, just because I felt so sad and so bad for them.
This reminded me of a joke that I want to do.
This is why I feel like this is why I don't like to cry, because I feel like I got all the tears out as a kid and I have nothing left to give. Like you should not be crying. I remember crying. This is really ridiculous, but since we're here now, we're going to continue on this tangent. I remember after Isaiah was born, and you know your hormones are out of whack anyway.
Yeah, I know, girl.
You know the story I'm about to tell?
No, I know hormones be out of whack.
Oh, okay. So your hormones are out of whack. And I was watching the Cat Williams Pimp Chronicles.
Also, Melissa's favorite stand-up comedy.
One of my all-time favorite stand-up comedy routines.
Your favorite.
It's one of them.
What one do you like more than that?
I don't know. I would have to think about it. But the point is definitely one of them.
She's lying.
I watched it entirely too much. But I was watching that, but listening to Butterfly Kisses.
Oh my God.
That's
your song.
White song. You should Google if you haven't heard it so you can understand the
Butterfly Kisses on Granddad's bed. All over my hair.
Song that this father is essentially singing to his daughter on her wedding day, and it's about him giving her away. It's a really sweet song, but for whatever reason I decided that it was appropriate to watch this comedy special and listen to this song at the same time. So I had this combination of tears that were both from the emotion of this song and also just pure hilarity of Cat Williams. And my sister walks through the door and she is like, "What are you doing? What is wrong with you?" I honestly feel like I was probably having some sort of like postpartum depression because like everything wrong was going on in my life anyway.
Hold on. You remind me of postpartum. Okay, what if our friend's baby's father was like, "Hey, you can't have that. Hey, man," when you he was like, "After you have that baby, make sure you don't have that postpartum." And she was like, "What?" He was like, man, people be having that postpartum. They be sad. She was like, postpartum just means you had the baby. He's like, nah, people be sad. She was like, do you mean postpartum depression? He was like, oh, I thought it was just postpartum.
He didn't understand. Listen,
that partum in the Greek means sad.
he didn't understand, but honestly I was like all out of wax. But anyway, I feel like this is the reason why I don't like crying now, is because I just
So that's why you smack people near you when
yes
you cry?
I be trying to hold him back because I know myself. I used to be so sensitive.
Feel your feelings.
No, but I feel like I did that enough.
No, you didn't, Melissa.
I did though.
You need to feel your feelings.
No,
like you always tell me. Don't be a hypocrite.
No, that's the problem. I've felt them already.
That's why you had that postpartum. You can't have felt. You have new feelings to feel.
I don't though. They're all the same. They all result in tears, and I just don't have the energy.
That's why you're crying out of nowhere.
It's
because
exactly
you're not handling your feelings,
and I can't anymore. Like I've cried enough. It's enough, girl. You're done. You're done here. There's nothing left. That's funny. Anyway, it's really ridiculous. It's really such a really funny moment for me to think about, which was really random. I'm not even quite sure how we got here. But what I wanted to do today is, if you've listened to or watched The Bald and the Beautiful, it's a new segment that we started with That Chick Angel and Marcus Ain't on the Gram, Marcus and Angel, husband and wife, and we review Married at First Sight season 11. Definitely check that out on my channel. But in addition, we also do mukbangs. Is that what they're called? Mukbangs. Okay, so mukbangs on Angel's channel. Definitely make sure you check those out because they're quite hilarious. But on the very last episode, we were talking about the reason we love LA.
Yeah.
And somehow...
I was just saying,
somehow I started talking about the campaigns that I have. And for whatever reason, I always feel like I've talked about these a gazillion times over, because to me, it's kind of the very foundation of kind of what started, the MrsKevOnStage platform. And I received two things. A bunch of emails and DMs. Melissa, please talk about this more. Please talk about this more. Even in the comments, can Melissa say more about this? Can Melissa say more about this? And then I also received a lot of DMs. Melissa, when are you going to start a mentorship program? I know. And I've gotten that a lot.
Really?
Yes. Remember one of our friends from high school, actually, I don't know if you remember this.
No, I don't remember.
Norman's sister. Norma. Yeah. So, and I was like, we're like the same age. That's kind of weird, no? But anyways, it was just, I just realized I hadn't talked about it in a while, and you forget sometimes that you have new people that follow you, and so you don't have an opportunity to.
Did we talk about it in the first iteration of the Love Hour like 3 years ago?
Probably. I don't even remember. It has been a while.
It's been a while.
And so what I decided that might be good is to kind of review that season in my life and go over those campaigns.
Let's do it.
Okay. So before we go there, let's take a break and hear from the Love Hour sponsors. All right. We're taking a break to tell you about JennyLife. Okay, people, this is kind of a sensitive topic, but I want you to listen because it's an important one. We're going to talk about life insurance. Did you know that more men have life insurance than women? Did you know that they generally have twice as much coverage than women? Women, I am talking to you. Are you ready? In the event that something happens to you, you want to be assured that your family will be taken care of in your absence. And the best way to do that is with life insurance, in particular, JennyLife. Okay, this is really, really, really important. You want to make sure that your family, your kids, your husband, your whoever is taken care of in the event of your absence. JennyLife makes it fast and easy for women to know their families will be taken care of with life insurance that's uniquely built for your needs. With JennyLife, you can get your life insurance policy without blood work or unnecessary red tape, and you can do it all online from your home. They ask 5 simple questions, curate plans from dozens of A-rated life insurance carriers, and give you a personalized, budget-friendly life insurance quote in seconds. For example, a healthy 32-year-old woman can get $500,000 in coverage for about $1 a day without stepping foot in a doctor's office. Life insurance is something every woman should have in place because every family deserves a secure financial future. So take a few minutes to get your your JennyLife policy right now. Visit JennyLife.com/love to get your free quote right now. Honestly, you really should do this. Go to JennyLife.com/love. Get a free quote. That's JennyLife.com/love to get a life insurance quote today. One more time. That's JennyLife.com/love. Give your family the best gift, and that's peace of mind when you are gone. Back to the show. Okay, so how does this start? This essentially starts, of course, everyone knows, and maybe you don't, so let me not assume. I grew up very churchy. We grew up very churchy.
Yes, me churchier than you.
Kevin churchier than me.
Melissa wore pants
but I
in
internalized it more than you.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
because I was, summer '99.
Yeah, you was living life.
It's the whole thing. But Melissa wore pants to Bible study, and I was just like,
how does that not make me saved though?
Where the way I grew up.
But if God looks at the heart, I was more saved in my pants.
We look at the clothes.
You ain't never lied.
I don't know what God's looking at. We see pants.
It's so funny to me when I look back on.
When I look back over my life.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
So good. I can see our love is right in me.
That's not what I
Even though I've done wrong, you never left me alone. You forgave me. Can we listen to it?
No.
This I love, therefore I am.
That's not what I thought you were going to sing, though.
It's because of your mercy that we are not consumed. You remember, Liz?
Yes. Enough. Come on.
I've already started. New every morning. Let me just get to the chorus. Great.
He wants us to be Here's the Thing so bad.
Great is that. I just want to sing in every podcast. For yes. We are never here in this building, but when we are here, we are loud.
Oh, yeah.
And by we, I mean me.
Yes, correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So we grew up very church. Why did you do this?
I want to see the comments.
Okay, you need to do that on your phone. So anyway, grew up churchy. I had most definitely good girl syndrome and didn't realize it though. So Kevin and I were married at 21 years old. And by this time, we were probably married for 5 or 6 years. And I don't know why, but very specifically, I remember Kev asking me, like, let's go out on a date. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Asking me to go out on a date and looking through my closet, and I can like literally see this right now, realizing that I had 2 forms of outfits in my closet. Button-ups, collared shirts, slacks for work because I worked at a bank, and or the combination would be a church outfit. So like a long skirt along with a button up, because that's all I really pretty much wore. And like weird motherboard-ish shoes. Like not the heels that are really cute today that you would wear.
Don't take it personal.
Yes. I really did.
The white shoes, Monica.
Listen, you know when you work at a bank, and I was an assistant manager, and so what that means is I was over the tellers as well as like the equivalent of being like a personal banker. So I'm constantly going back and forth because I'm managing, giving approvals or whatever. Because of that, I couldn't even wear heels to work. So I was literally in those, like, you remember those old Steve Madden shoes that had that weird texture on the front and a platform bottom, but it was a flat shoe?
Your work shoe, boy, you didn't even try.
At all.
You just was like, these are I got to comfort because I'm on my feet all day. I got to walk back and forth. I can't worry about no clickety clacking another heel.
You could not
I got to go for the Steve Maddens.
Yes, they were flat shoes. They were awful. When I think about them, they were awful.
I can see them.
Me too.
You used to wear the bottom of them out, then you buy another pair exactly like them.
Absolutely. Or they were just, and I wasn't even so hip to wear like kitten heels, which are ugly. Okay, like let's be clear. No shade or disrespect if you rock kitten heels, but also all the shade and disrespect if you're rocking kitten heels. Throw them in the garbage.
Shirley, we're talking to you.
Stop it. Just don't wear them. But I didn't even have the sense enough to like try to rock a kitten heel. These were just platform, flat, ugly shoes. I hope I could find a picture so that way Greg can like insert it. They were so terrible. So those were like my options. And then during this time as well, the shoes that were really popular at the time, they weren't even like the really cute, they make your legs elongated pointy toe shoes. They were like the round ones, which just shorten why were these ever a style? Why were these ever? a thing.
You was wearing them for a long time.
They're so
pretty much
ugly.
longer of our marriage.
And like these, and which I don't actually mind a chunky heel these days. I think there's a way you can pull them off, but they were like these chunky heels, this shortened round tip shoe. It was just a mess. Like, look, it was just a mess. So anyway, I'm like 25, 26 years old, and this is my wardrobe. I'm trying to go out on a date with my husband, and I'm like, so I'm either clocking into work or I'm laying hands on somebody.
You teaching Sunday school.
Yes, these are my literal options. And I taught Sunday school, actually.
You did.
I taught Sunday school during this time as well.
Did.
I was out here trying to be, and I don't understand why we have, this is like a total side note, but I don't understand why as young adults that are saved, why we want to age ourselves.
Yeah.
It is such a thing for a 23, 24, 25, 26-year-old young woman to look like she is 42 with these black, thick tights. These
That's
ugly
because that man
shoes.
see your leg all moisturized, and you gonna lead him astray.
Listen, and I like
Men
my
can't be
hat.
seeing no moisturized leg. You gotta have that stocking on and then cover up that moisture because you know the deacon board and you got to walk by them. That's literally what they told.
Yes, you couldn't have any skin showing at all.
Look at them ankles.
Then you would wear
got
these
ankles
hats
all
with
out.
like the flowers coming out of them.
Culture girls finna
These
come for you.
scarves. Come for me. I have on the full armor of God. Okay. Come
What if
for
the
me.
full armor of God had kitten heels on the bottom?
It didn't though. God wants better for our lives.
The kitten heels of the Lord. The kitten heels of righteousness.
To stomp on the devil's head. It was just terrible. But I remember crying my eyes out.
This is Making Me Over campaign?
This is at the beginning. No, it started with You're Worth It.
Oh, okay.
This is at the very beginning.
Okay.
So I
Wait, you was
remember
in the closet crying looking at your clothes?
Kevin. You don't remember?
I remember you crying.
I was crying.
So time out. You went in there was like, church clothes, work clothes.
This is why I don't want to cry no more.
All I have is long skirts and Steve Madden's. I
Wait.
don't have Jimmy Choo.
First of all, don't shade Steve Madden though. Ain't nothing wrong with Steve Madden.
You're my only shoes. I cannot be happy, and I have nothing to wear to the sizzler.
I know. Where was you taking
We
me?
was going to Stanley
Red
Seaford.
Robin.
No, Red Robin, yo. We was going to Stanley and Seaforts.
We were not going to Stanley.
We
and
was going to
Seaford.
Stanley Seaforts because it was happy hour.
That was during the day.
No, no happy hour. They in at 7. We had to have dinner at 6.
First of all, you do not remember that specifically.
I do remember to went to Stanley and Seaforts. We went to El Gaucho's one time.
Anyways,
Girl, I remember the dates.
can't be lying. But the point is that I remember bawling my eyes out and like fully having like this whole. I don't even why the idea of date night became this whole evaluation of my whole entire life. Like it wasn't like I took that and was like, I just need to go shopping for better clothes, because that would make the most sense.
You had to reevaluate your whole existence.
I reevaluated my entire life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what that was like. I always call them inciting incidents.
Yep.
That was the inciting incident for me that led to like this full transformation, really.
Yeah, you were shedding the cocoon.
It was the start of it. I feel like the shedding of the cocoon, the becoming process for me has been over the course of like 10 years, because I'm 37 and this is like 26, 27 years old that we're talking about. So like it's been a long time coming, Melissa. Like get it together, move faster.
But you're gonna fly now.
Listen.
But you're looking fly already.
Is this a butterfly?
No one ever would do that.
No one? That's
like
not a
bird.
thing? Oh, it is?
That's more of a bird.
I'm never cool.
That was so genuine. I'm never cool. I'm not cool either.
Someone said, listen, when we were doing the Bald and the Beautiful and I was trying to make the bees,
Yeah.
and they were like, why?
Yo, this reminds me of something. In high school, Melissa used to do this
I
in
did.
every picture. Right? Every picture. And I one day asked her, I was like, do you know what that means? She was like, no, I just saw people do it. It was like, cool. And I was like, girl, that means getting eaten out. She was like, if you look at her track, Josh, Melissa has so many pictures like
It's not so many, but there's
There's
definitely.
plenty of her doing that. You were cool. You just didn't know it.
It was never cool. It was never cool. Anyways, this is going to be like all over the random episode chaoticness. But anyways, I decided from there that it was time for me to reevaluate my life. And what it started off as me asking myself, what you laughing at?
You were like, I'm never cool. It was so genuine. You just like, oh, I just want to be cool one day.
Just what?
You're like Charlie Brown, like, I'm never cool.
I never am. I'm over it. Get it together.
Okay.
And so it started off with me like even taking a step back before, and you guys by now you probably know that just the way my mind thinks, it's never like I have to overcomplicate things. Sometimes it's to my benefit and sometimes it's like, girl, just do it and cut it out. Okay. But this one time it was for my benefit.
Yeah.
So in my overcomplication of things, I'm like, I can't just go out and like buy clothes because that's not the issue. The issue is how I feel about me. Okay.
But also there's some truth to that.
That's what I'm saying.
The
Like
clothes were gonna
in
make you
this
feel-
regard,
Yeah.
it was honest.
Oh, I see. This time
yeah.
the overthinking actually was right.
It worked out for me. But in real life, sometimes I just be overcomplicated. So anyway, I took a step back before I went out and bought, overhauled my whole wardrobe. I took a step back and actually thought about how do I feel about myself.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of the best ways to feel good about yourself is to smell good, smell fresh, and, just have all the layers of scentedness. And you can do that with Native. Y'all didn't see it coming?
I didn't see it coming.
I got hit with a freight truck.
Beep. No.
I'm the third of us.
No, I have good and bad days.
No, but you and Angel far surpass me.
Well, we're going to talk about a Native girl. Okay, so what does Native have? They have deodorant, they have a body wash, and very popular scents such as coconut and vanilla, lavender and rose, cucumber and mint, and citrus and herbal. My favorite, of course, is coconut and vanilla because I love smelling like the beach. Since we can't go nowhere, I may as well bring the beach to me and summer vibes to me, especially as we've moved into the fall, which I think today is the official first day of fall.
Oh my God, it is.
Yeah, I think today is the first day of fall. So I want to remember the times in which I was sitting under an umbrella and drinking a pina colada. Alcoholic or non, it's up to you and your relationship with the Lord. But I love to bring that to me. And so I like doing that by lathering and layering is the right word, my scents. And so you can use the coconut and vanilla deodorant, and it never uses ingredients like aluminum, parabens, sulfates, or talc. And so if you have sensitive skin, it's great for that. If you're very interested in what you're putting on your body, then this is a great option for you. I absolutely love and adore them. We've talked about them over and over again. They also have a newsletter that you want to sign up for where you can stay connected to get information on all of their newest discounts, promotions, new products, all of that. Go to nativedeo.com/lovehour or use promo code lovehour at checkout and get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/lovehour or use promo code lovehour at checkout for 20% off your first order. Secondly, we want to tell you about HelloFresh. This week has been extremely busy.
What?
Okay. Very busy.
What?
And I have not had time to cook. And honestly, sometimes takeout, you just feel icky about it. Like you just feel like you're not doing right by your family. I do. I have those problems where I just
too.
really
I always
feel
like that.
like I'm not doing right by my family for constantly eating out. And so it's nice to have an option that is easily fast available to me, and it has really fresh ingredients that just make me feel good about what I'm preparing for my family.
Make me feel good.
So this week I made my family the chicken sausage spaghetti and bolognese recipe.
Bolognese.
Super, super easy to make. It takes less than 30 minutes. Everything is pre-packaged and pre-portioned for you. All you have to do is mix it up. The recipes are really easy to follow. You're going to go to HelloFresh.com/80lovehour. That's the number 80lovehour, or use code 80lovehour to get a total of $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. Go to HelloFresh.com/80lovehour and use code 80lovehour to get $80 off across 5 boxes, including free shipping on your first box. Come on in.
I was like, who was at the door? Cuz I'll fire on you.
Hi, JJ, son.
I was like, who's? Hey, man.
How y'all doing?
Good. This
Y'all live, ain't you?
Yeah.
But that's why I was being quiet.
I know. This is the most chaotic.
It's Patreon.
ever.
They
But you can
understand.
go ahead.
He's my brother and I love him like myself. Hey, man.
Praise the Lord, Patreon. We're giving you greetings from the Chicago area. We just want to say praise the Lord. I'm not in yet. Oh.
He's in.
Oh, he was in?
It's just late.
Oh, it's late.
There you go.
Oh.
How y'all doing? Y'all good?
We good.
First of all, let me say something. Melissa got that brand. Y'all see her? She got that influencer stuff. She got her influencer stuff. Hi, my name is Melissa. You might know me as MrsKevOnStage or Lit. I am a mother and a wife of two beautiful black boys. We like to be blackity black, black, black.
But don't call me Mel. That's my
Don't call me
sister.
that, because that is my sister, man. All right? I'm trying my influencer stuff, okay? Swipe up, go to the link in the bio.
Go to the link in the
bio. Link in the bio.
Use my discount code that doesn't exist.
Oh, man. Leave it
Link in the bio.
in. Leave it in, Greg.
Link in the bio. Link in the bio.
I don't know what that is.
You'll know what it is.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
Wait,
All right.
where are you going?
We just got here, man.
Y'all are filming.
But you are not.
I'm about to be done in like half an hour.
Yeah.
You gonna come back?
Yeah, we'll come back.
Okay.
But I know we're meeting later, so.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay.
Leave that in, Greg. It's funny.
Okay.
Link in the bio.
Oh, link in the bio. That's hysterical. This episode ain't about nothing. Okay, so I don't know where I was. Because now we're quite literally 30 minutes into the episode. I've said nothing.
No, you're talking about the campaign.
You talked about the date.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
talking
where
about
did I just end before link in the
I
bio?
got
Link in the
lost.
bio.
Well, you're doing an ad before that, and I don't know how you. Oh, you were talking about looking good and smelling good. You went into native, so you're talking about changing your clothes over.
Okay, so I decided to not change my clothes over immediately, but to like evaluate what caused me to be in this position in the first place. Okay,
Right.
that's essentially how I started. And I started to realize, and this is honestly before I really were reading any of the self-help books, although I realize now after I've read all the self-help books available to man, that what I was doing is actually stuff that they put in self-help books. I definitely thought I was like being revolutionary and this was like super an original idea. It is not. So what I started doing was, again, evaluating what caused me to be in this position in the first place. And the number one thing that I realized is that I didn't value or feel worthy myself. And so I would realize that if my kids needed something and I had the money, I would buy it.
Yep.
Didn't matter.
Yep.
If Kevin needed something, I would buy it.
Yep.
Didn't matter the cost. My family members, friends, whatever it was. If I needed something, I would find myself, I used to say this all the time, I would go to the back of the store. We all know in the back of the store is the clearance section. And even if I had the $30 to spend and I could buy, this $20 outfit that was full price, I would instead go to the clearance section and buy the $10 item that maybe I was settling for, but I felt better about myself because I only spent the 10 instead of the 20.
First of all, you went straight to the clearance rack until probably like
Yesterday.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We always went to the back and to the right, where it's 8 different thousand things.
Yeah.
So
And not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
like
no, no.
I want to be clear that I'm not saying or shaming people
No.
for going to the clearance section, because listen, there's some great deals on the clearance section. Okay, listen, you find some great items on the clearance section, but there's a difference in your mental state when you're going to the clearance section and you're just going and you find something and you like it, you love it, you pick it up and you feel like, listen, I got a great deal, versus I go to the clearance section because that's where I feel like I belong.
Whoa!
And that's what I was dealing with.
You got a clearance section attitude.
I had a clearance
section
section
mentality.
Yes.
With full price money.
Exactly. With full price capability.
You had
Say it, Kev.
That's good.
Yes.
Cause you like, I can't get. You really? I'd be like, why are you going to clearance? She'd be like, I can't get stuff from the front.
It never even crossed my mind.
If it didn't have a mark off and
Listen,
in red, you're
it
like,
wasn't an option.
Clearly, I can't get this
Right.
now.
Even if it was an option. You know what I
Even
mean?
if it was an option.
And so
Now,
I still don't be buying everything full price.
now, Well, you don't go to the clearance.
I
you
don't
go to places
always.
where they don't be doing clearance.
That's facts though. But also, so what I started to tell myself as I started to recognize this about myself, and even as an example, I would go to work and I wouldn't put any time or any effort really into I always looked presentable, but I was never like, I never like felt good though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm never dirty or, not matching. You know what I mean? Like I never just looked like I rolled out of bed.
I'm Melissa. I only have one girl.
Why are you always a gremlin?
Hello, I'm Dirty Girl. Hello, welcome to Keyboard. Open the key. This is my back. It
I
has
literally
a ball
can't
on
stand
it.
you.
I'm Melissa. I dirty clearance girl. One day I'll be pretty and buy things at the front. But now I dirty clearance girl.
And it's so funny why you say that, because on the last episode of The Bald and Beautiful, the mukbang on Angel's channel, someone was like, I don't know why she's so hard on herself. She really didn't look that bad. And I think part of it is more than just what you see on the outside. It's also a lot about how I felt on the inside.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that's hard to qualify and see just looking at a picture.
Absolutely.
So again, it's not that I was ever, out here looking like trash, but I didn't really feel good either.
Yeah.
And so I went through this, I actually didn't write this down, but I went through this phase where I would tell myself, my very first campaign was, you are worth it, as is, without change, without exception. I made that up.
No, that is one of my favorite things you have done in your life.
Mine too.
I be telling it to myself, like, sometimes when I picked out the car that I got, I said, you are worth it. You have worked hard for it. I had a dream. I got everything I worked for. But that settling mentality will settle into all the ways you live your life.
Oh, I thought it first.
It'll settle into your clothes,
Yes.
your vacation,
Yes.
the way you see yourself, the way
Yes.
when bad things happen to you, you accept them.
Yes.
Because, well, of course. I got passed over on promotion. Instead of fighting for it,
Right.
you'll be like, obviously they picked the right person. Like that mentality that other people deserve, I don't deserve.
Right.
It'll permeate your whole being.
Yes.
If you don't fight for it and be like, nah, I deserve this
Right.
too,
And that's the thing about this idea of this self-confidence and this inner, how you feel about yourself on the inside. It literally does permeate every area of your life. Every area. You're taking it into your personal relationships, you're taking it into your work relationships, you're taking it into motherhood, taking it into how you get dressed in the morning, how you do your hair. It's literally something that you carry with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And the more I started to realize this, the more I started to take hold that I am worth it, as is, without change and without exception. And each of those, I won't break them down because, sometimes I really like words, but on the outside, as is, without change, without exception, they could seem to kind of mean the same thing. But as you really start to dissect what each of those as is, without change, without exception, they each kind of mean something just a little bit different. And I needed every piece of that to like fully accept
You should break
myself.
You should break it down. I don't know. I just always was like, as is, without change, without exception.
So as is meaning over the overarching of this is it allows you at whatever stage of life you are in to accept yourself in this state. So if you're on a weight loss journey, you're still worth it at the beginning of your journey.
Even me?
Even you.
At 260
I know, I just got
pounds?
emotional thinking about it.
Don't cry.
I know, but
Don't
I
hit
feel
me,
like
mean.
it's
You can cry, just don't hit me.
I know, I just don't want to cry. But this is why I don't like crying, because just like that, I'd be like, oh no, now I'm going to cry.
That's authentic.
But I feel like I wanted to cry because I'm like, I feel like I can feel someone like really grabbing hold of that. Again, if you're at the beginning, a lot of times what we tell ourselves is, I'll be worth it after. I'll be worth it once I'll be worth it at this point once, and what this is kind of telling you is that at this state, whatever state that is, you're worth it.
Listen.
So that means if nothing else changes, that means if I love everything about myself, but this love handle, that's the without exception. All of those things mean So learn to like yourself in this state. And then it's easier as things get better. Maybe you start reaching your goals. Maybe you start crossing off those milestones. You can embrace yourself still.
Yeah.
But until you get there, don't wait. Go say what you was going to say.
I love that. This is silly, but funny. I started hiking part of the like heavy cardio that I was doing, and I was taking pictures of these. Like yesterday, it was just like clouds in LA for the first time,
really
and
nice.
I can't even remember.
I couldn't. I was like, is that clouds or is that smoke fog?
Yeah. Low fog,
Yeah.
right? So I hiked all the way up, and a lot of people were like, these ain't real pictures. This ain't, And I had taken a video of me running down the trail, but my titties was going everywhere. I was like, my titties is out here tittying. I cannot post this.
I can't take it.
But so major friend of mine just, busted my balls, or ovaries if you identify as one, opening your ovaries. He was like, show me a video so I know it's you for real. And I posted the thing in my stories, and there wasn't even in succession. It was like,
okay, enough. We got
the
it.
point is, I didn't want to post it because I was like, it's not very much flattering, right? Because I didn't feel like, like if I get down to 225 and fit or whatever, it'll be easier to post that stuff.
Sure.
But even me, like you worked it as at the very beginning of your journey, right? As you're trying to figure it out, as my legs are sore, as I'm super tired, it's super hard to start over.
Yeah.
Even if you've done it a million times, it's harder every time. But the mind state for this, and it's not just for weight loss, it's literally how you see yourself.
Absolutely.
I think you can also have this mindset in parts of your life and not others, right? And you feel like, oh, I've got this and I've got that, but this part I just accept that, this is just how it's going to be for me. I'm not going to find love. I'm not going to do, things like that. And I think it's so important to love the versions of yourself as you grow and as you change, but not love yourself because you've changed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's all.
That was really good. And so that's how it started for me. I didn't buy, when I say nothing in my life changed, except I decided to say this to myself every single day consistently.
I remember this.
That's all I did. I didn't buy any clothes. I didn't change my hair. I didn't get into makeup. I didn't buy new shoes. Nothing changed. I literally just began to tell myself that on a daily basis. And from that came a certain self-confidence, a certain way that I looked at myself that was it was just different, to be honest. And the natural progression, at least for me, was to now that I feel better about myself, have my outfits now match what was going on in the inside. And that's what led me into the change of my clothes and going to the stores and shopping at the front of the store versus the back. And what I started to do, I would have like these outfits, but I never felt like I could just wear them. And so I started this, I am the reason and the occasion. You okay?
I remember this.
Okay. And what that meant for me was a lot of times you have this cute outfit and you're like, ooh, I just got to find somewhere to go. I just got to find somewhere to be, and I'm going to wear this outfit. And then it'd be 3 years, this outfit's still sitting in your closet with the tags on because you ain't found nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Because life, you don't have proms like you did in high school. You don't have Tolo and dances and night. You just don't have those type of occasions as much as an adult as you did when you were younger. So you have these outfits that you're like, this is going to be so fly as soon as I find a reason. And so I just decided, well, girl, you are the reason and you are the occasion. And so if it's Tuesday and you decide to throw this on, that's enough of a reason.
Yeah. I'm the opening
What's the
act.
yah? I didn't do it right. This is why. I felt like I did it right.
You are worth it as is.
Oh man, I just watched it back on the camera. It was awful. We gotta fix the delay. We gotta fix the delay. It was like 5 of these.
I love it here, man.
Oh my
Why
God.
you let me do so many? How many should it be? One each. One each.
No, it's just it's a one thing.
Oh, it's not out here.
It's much closer.
That was better. Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
Look at your face though. Look at your face.
That was wrong. Now watch it back.
I watched
Oh,
it.
that was the last one?
Josh, show her. Come around, Josh. Just show her how simple it can be. It's much closer here.
You can stay here. It's more of like you gotta do a little.
Yeah, little head thing. No, that's too much head. Josh, come around. Come around,
Can
Josh.
I do the hat?
You can do it with the hat. This is too much.
I
You're drowning.
It's like Will Smith.
Okay, Josh, get down so they can see you.
Two-step.
Stay right here.
That was okay. Hold on.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's just delayed. Okay.
I was cut out.
Yeah. Okay. Now just show her, Josh, so she can see. Just a little bit.
So you can start up, then kind of just rock into it. Oh, that's a lot.
You're
of
doing doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too. You got it. Your whole. You got it. Your whole body. Just. It's just small, Liz. I can't do it with this microphone right
Where's
here.
Skillshare?
Skillshare don't teach you how to do the. Girl said.
She was like, Haruki.
Woo!
All right.
Bless God.
Who gonna teach me how to do this? BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. You listen. You don't know how to dance. They better help you in other areas of your life. They better help. You gonna need therapy after this because you watching yourself back on this. You gonna need somebody to talk through this with you. Hey, why can I do the whoa? Why can I be cool? You said you was doing double dutch.
That's so stupid. Okay, but in real life, BetterHelp can't help you. Talk through your issues if you can't dance.
Right.
Or if you have legitimate, real life mental health concerns, emotional concerns, especially with the pressures of this pandemic, and you need someone to talk to, BetterHelp is there for you. Sometimes you need that neutral third party that's not directly in your life to kind of vent and talk to. Honestly, talking it out will make you feel better.
Much better.
Oh my God, it makes you feel so much better.
Much better.
And not just that, if you are a professional, BetterHelp is also taking applications to hire new professionals because right now people need help. So on both sides of the coin, BetterHelp can definitely help you. They're available 24 hours a day. You can get a therapist that you can talk to over the phone. You can text, or you can do like a video chat, and they're really, really helpful, really, really great. I love it because you have the option to choose the requirements that you're looking for in your mental health professional, and then they present to you all of the options, and you get to decide, this is the match for me, this is who I want to talk to. You don't have to leave your house, you don't have to go driving anywhere. Really convenient, really, really easy. Kevin does it every Thursday at 3:00 in the garage.
Literally in the garage.
Literally
And
in
I
the
be
garage.
talking about y'all.
And he be talking about y'all is me. I am y'all.
Yeah, the kids are safe. But you.
Listen, visit BetterHelp.com/lovehour. That's BetterHelp, HELP, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states.
Nice.
Love Hour listeners will get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/lovehour.
Love hour.
That's help, HELP. Please, I know we're being funny, but in real life, please make sure that you go to visit BetterHelp. It's really, really important. Okay. I don't know where we ended.
You trying to do the whoa.
Oh, no.
You might as well do that. You're not going to start any more campaigns this episode, are you?
Probably not. I can end on, I didn't want to make it a two-parter, but.
No, I don't think you should make it a two-part. I think you should do the other ones as their own.
Then it becomes a two-part series. I was trying to get them all in one.
Oh, you only talked about one.
I know.
So you should make each episode its own.
Okay, I don't know if there's enough in each for it.
Okay, but you shouldn't start a new one on this one.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So the point is, I deemed myself the reason and the occasion.
Yes.
And listen, it's good. I'm so beyond that now that I'd be like sweatpants, because there is no reason or occasion. But I also feel really good about that. And then like today I was like, I'm going to get dressed. And then I got down to my shoes, as Joshua said, and was like, never mind. But honestly, it's about not saving those outfits for the special occasion that may never come, for this special event that may never come. It's deeming yourself worthy of a reason. It's deeming yourself and the way you feel about yourself worthy of a reason to simply get dressed. Simply because. And that's what I remember. I used to have this saying about the intrinsic value of a diamond. And yes, you can evaluate a diamond and the clarity and the this and the that and the this and the that and determine, the value of the diamond, whether it's here or here. But at the end of the day, a diamond is value simply because it is. Mm-hmm. That's it. Simply because it is. It's valuable. And I used to tell myself, simply because I am worthy. And that also, again, just ties into that worthy as is, without change, without just being makes me valuable. Without any extra, that makes me valuable. And that those thoughts, as simplistic as I'm saying them, they're quite revolutionary to your mindset and the way that you go about your life, feeling like, I'm going to get this just because I can, and why not? I'm going to do this simply because I can, and because why not? I'm going to get dressed in the morning, do my hair, put some makeup on, if that's your business, put on a nice outfit, put on some nice shoes, simply because I feel like it. Yes. And so when people are like, oh, girl, you dressed up, where you going? To feel good about myself. And that's okay.
What?
That's okay. I dress like this simply because I want to, simply because it makes me feel good about myself. And again, that was like because we often feel like you have to have a reason outside of yourself.
But Jesus is the reason for the season.
All right.
Jesus is the reason. Why they say nah so hard?
I like that part. That's my favorite part of the song.
For the season, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes, he is. I don't need
material.
So
things.
now do you have to do do you have to still remind yourself of this?
I do. I find that there are some parts of these campaigns that I'm going to go on to the Love On campaign because it kind of ties, and then we can do the other ones. Okay. I find that some of these things I feel like I got, like they're part of my core being, and then there's some parts of this that I feel like I have to revisit, on occasion. And it's, in some regards, it's just, it is different aspects of my life that I have to apply it to. But I think for the most part, I was so dead set on feeling better about myself, about raising and increasing my self-esteem, that I feel like on a very internal level, a lot of these things I was just able to grab hold of.
Yeah.
So those were all those. And then the last part of this, and we can end on this, was my Love On campaign. And all of these are kind of like building blocks. So I'm telling you guys in like the order that happened for me. But, obviously you can take the meat and spit out the fat for whatever.
Take the meat
and spit out the fat for whatever doesn't apply in your life. This isn't a sex episode, so we're moving on. Was the Love On campaign. And so when you're going through, like, if you don't really feel good about your outward appearance, if you're suffering with low self-esteem, a lot of times it's hard because you overemphasize the bad. Yeah. And so it's hard to see the good. Yep. And so what I decided to do was start what I called my Love On campaign. And what that meant for me was, okay, Melissa, there's all these things you wish were different about yourself. But if you could pick one physical feature, and it was really important for me to pick a physical feature, because especially I think as women, but especially when you suffer with like low self-esteem, a lot of times, I've said this before too, a lot of times you focus on like those internal characteristics. Like, I'm a good person, I'm a good mom, I'm a good wife, I'm a good employee, I'm really, really smart, I'm a hard worker, I'm dedicated, I'm loyal. And those are all great. Like, don't get me wrong, you want those characteristics. But you also just want to feel good about yourself. You know, like the outside person, the shell of this person. You know, it's important to feel good about that person as well. And so I decided that I wanted to pick a physical characteristic and love on that part of myself. You can yawn.
I am exhausted.
I know.
We had a long weekend.
We did. And
I
so
just be feeling so bad for yawning, but I'd be so tired.
I know.
I'd be so tired.
It's okay. So what I decided was that the physical characteristic that I like about myself, and I still like about myself a lot, is my eyes. And so this was at like the very beginning stages of YouTube. This is like, again, 10 plus years ago. And makeup tutorials were really, really popular. And so I just decided, okay, I like my eyes. What is the best way I can emphasize and love on my eyes? And I decided that makeup was the answer. And so I was on YouTube. This is, again, how I started following Jackie Ina before she was Jackie Ina. Before this theme song that he loves to talk about. The Jenny Jenkins, I think is her last name. She doesn't have a song. She was really popular. Anyways, it was just all these like really popular black YouTubers, which a lot of them kind of fell off except for like Jackie, to be honest. But I also started following like Makeup Geek before she was...
Makeup Geek.
Before she was in Target. Like, I'm talking about when she used to do the videos herself. Yes.
Tutorial still.
Yes. Okay. Like,
and you were like, nah, Kev, she ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, no, she ain't doing that no more. So anyway, I started following them. Beatface Honey.
I remember her.
Yep, I used to follow her. Anyway, just all of these YouTubers. And I learned, that's how I taught myself how to do makeup. I would watch these tutorials, buy literally whatever they used, and follow them step by step, buy their brushes and follow them step by step. And I taught myself how to emphasize my eyes. And what would happen is now I feel good about how I feel on the outside. Now my clothes are matching. And now I've emphasized my favorite feature too. Don't say words.
Don't at me. If you looked at it, it was a little A and then the
listen
thing.
Don't say
at
words.
Me.
And literally, that's how it started. Like, all of a sudden...
Look at the ground when you look at me.
Yes. All of a sudden, there's just a new attitude that comes with this confidence because you know you're feeling fly. And it don't matter what anybody else thinks because you've put on the outfit that you wanted to put on.
This is the music for you,
you've given your affirmations.
Oh, God, I totally ruined it. Once you have this is how the music came in your mind.
What is it?
Oh. This is how I feel like you were walking.
No, it wasn't even that one. You know what it was? It was Brick House. You know, that was my favorite.
That is your song. This is Melissa's.
When we were in college and they would do like a meeting, get to know you, the icebreakers in college. And they would always ask like, what would be the theme song that you would like come through the door every time you walked the door? What would you want it to be? And I used to always say it was this song. Yes, I know. I'm 110 pounds soaking wet. Doesn't matter. Brick house.
You a brick house, baby.
This is why I want...
There are some small bricks.
I want a thick thighs save lives shirt.
Remember my band played this?
Yes.
That double tap. This Lissa. Do your wilderness list. Listen, you can appropriate brick house culture.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to do.
And that's a fact. That's how did that become your song? Was it Grandpa Cooper?
No. It wouldn't even been Uncle Cooper anyways. It would have been Grandpa Marshall. But no, it was neither one of them. Yeah, it was neither one of them though. So anyway, that was kind of, I guess, the beginning stages. I don't know if I'm going to do the last two because we've talked about them before. But I think those are the ones that are kind of the most important and what really set off and changed the whole like trajectory of what I would become.
And if you look at her Instagram, you will see the manifestation of that in her.
What do you mean?
The thing that the picture, your first introductory.
Oh.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I know I should have
My name is Liz.
I totally missed the prime opportunity to use that. Like, I'm so angry I didn't think about that ahead of time. But also that's kind of like everybody does that. If you're going to do a like, hi, get to know me, you're going to use that.
What song is that, Josh?
We can make ours cooler. PSA. Public service announcement.
Public service.
Are you about to play it?
Yeah.
Might be title only.
That's why I'm not. I'm like, did I put it in wrong? Stupid Jay. I respect it. I'm like, I know this song. Why is it not coming up in Apple Music? Jay-Z, put it on Apple.
Jay-Z ain't doing that. Can't they hear it though?
They can.
Okay, Kev.
This is Liz.
Fellow Americans, it is with the utmost pride and sincerity that
Ooh, I like the long intro.
as a living testament
Now, Liz, you got to say Liz. Josh, get a new case.
Wait, my name is Liz.
Yeah, I'm to the I-S.
I didn't know the rest. I wanted to say the words.
Liz.
Okay. Whoa! I don't know this.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You are the hottest chick in the game.
Where's your chain?
I don't have one.
Get it together.
Hey.
He fumbled. He hit me on the drop back.
Someone said Kev don't want none of the podcasts monetized on YouTube.
Listen, I want the best. I don't. I mean, I do. But sometimes the music just hits a note. Josh be like, Kevin, we were so close.
Just like this one.
But the ads, man. But the experience. I've always been about the experience.
Listen.
You can also take it out on the YouTube. I noticed Joe Budden does that. So his live audience, the Patreon, gets to hear it, and then it'll be muted on YouTube, so you can still monetize it.
Well, listen. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Okay. Ow.
Sorry. That's my titanium ring.
We did. Yeah, you cut my finger though. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Ew. Okay, so honestly though, in real life, that's kind of that was it. That was my process. And I hope I've done these justice. I kind of feel like this was all over the place, child, but I hope that you understood what we were saying and the process to all of those campaigns. And there weren't, I just want to say this really quickly. I didn't put a time frame on these. I don't even really remember if I was like, I'm going to do it for 60 days or 90 days or whatever, 45 days, whatever. I did it until I felt like I got it. And then I moved on. So it was a very I feel like I got this and I got hold of it. I've, internalized this enough. I'm ready to move on. I can build upon that building block. That's when I moved on. So I wouldn't even think about it and I'm going to do this for 60 days because maybe it's not just 60 days of these affirmations or of these steps that you have to do. And it doesn't end there. No. And that's why I said a lot of this it started, 10 years ago or so, but it kept going because even when I think about, when I started this campaign, one of the biggest things that I did for my 30th, it was a few months before my 30th birthday, before my 30th birthday is when I cut my hair. I was like, she's a whole new person. So what she's going to do is cut her hair. And I cut it. And honestly, I haven't looked back except for that one time I was natural for 2 years, a year and a half. But outside of that, I was like, okay, this is who I want to be. I want to be the girl in the picture that has the pixie cut. That's who I want to be. Everybody's out here, no shade, don't disrespect, but everybody out here wearing weaves, everybody out here with this, everybody out here with that. Be the girl that's a little bit different. And that's low-key a statement. And I was never comfortable. I always want to blend in. I always want to be incognito and maybe you can't see me and let me step to the back. And no. Having a short haircut, you're always going to be the one with the short haircut. It ain't going to be a whole bunch of folks rocking a pixie. You know what I mean? And so even that was kind of a statement for me at the time.
I'm proud of you.
Anything else?
I got to pee.
All right, go. Okay, so with that, we are going to end. Did you walk in front of the camera? Rude.
I can't go this way.
I go like this and you're there. I want you to be. It's a rolling pivot step. I'm sorry.
You're annoying. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, because I know this has been a super chaotic episode, just email me, okay? hello@thelovehour. And if I get enough questions, then maybe I'll do a part 2. But at this point, I'm not. The only thing that I missed is the Sex Me Over campaign and the Just Say It campaign. But I think I've talked about those enough separately, so I probably won't go into them unless, of course, again, I get enough emails and I feel like I can make it a full episode. If not, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.